Welcome to Abstract Instincts. I am your host, Matthew Durbridge, and today we're just playing around with some big pens and some paper. In this series, we basically just start with a blank piece of canvas and draw until it's complete. That's why it's start to art. So we start and then we make art. And this is a pattern I've done before. I call it Fingerprint. It's kind of a variation on it. Generally, I fill it to completion when I do Fingerprint because fingerprints are packed with lines. This one has a slight variation to it where I left some gaps and then filled them in later with some cross-hatching technique, which I thought was a fun twist on things. It's always good to play around with different techniques and just try different fun stuff when you're drawing or when you're creating anything really, because otherwise it gets boring and stagnant. And I've found that if you're not having fun with your piece, then you're not going to make a good piece, if that makes sense. Like the fun is part of the mix, so you got to enjoy it. It shows if you didn't enjoy it, right? So make sure you're enjoying your work. Also, I couldn't find any smooth jazz like I'd been running on these videos, so I just settled on some reggae, so hopefully that's chill. This technique's pretty fun or this drawing style rather, I should say, is fun because anyone can really do this. Just, squiggle around and put another line next to it and another line next to that. And there's no like formula to this per se. You just make it up as you go, as you can see that I am doing. I find it helps that if you start with like a line that's got like a lot going on with it, whereas if you start with one that doesn't have a lot going for it, it's hard to build off of that. Just experiment and have fun with it. I've been using Bic pens a lot recently, but they're not necessarily my favorite. They've got drawbacks, like ballpoints in general have drawbacks that make them not necessarily an ideal crafting tool, I guess you could call it. For instance, they can do like light strikes. They do like a light application, which is good if you're trying to do light. You can also build lines with them, which is nice, but you also have to be careful because the ink pools up along the sides of it and it will deposit on your piece. So if that's something you're not really into, ballpoints, come with a lot of drawbacks, but they also do allow a lot of different techniques and different applications of the pen, which is cool. Generally, I prefer Pigma Micron pens. And I think my next piece I will be using some of those just to switch it up and enjoy something different. And speaking of switching up, here's the second song. This is part of why I wanted to find something smooth jazz, because those songs go forever. But now we have to splice songs, so just pretend like it was one continuous song and it was all planned. So. I'd play the music that I generally use or listen to when I make pieces like this, but most people don't like that genre. It's metal, heavy metal. Most people don't care for that, and I understand. It's aggressive, got to be in a certain state of mind, or like something aggressive like that. But that doesn't mean that's the only genre I enjoy. I also really enjoy reggae and ska and all sorts of different stuff, rock and roll, electronic music, jazz, obviously. So it's just kind of something that helps me focus in. And sometimes art is really kind of a battle, and some of that aggressive music helps in that battle. But experiment and try different music and see what helps your flow and your process. To each their own, as they say. Also, I enjoy listening to books on tape. Lately, I've been spamming a bunch of Warhammer novels, Gotrek and Felix. They are great. If you haven't read those, they're, oh my god, highly recommend. Yeah. So it's fun to mix your enjoyment of other things with your creation of art. What books do you guys like to listen to or read? Love to hear some more examples or recommendations. Yeah, we're just cross-hatching in, and I found that these shapes they looked a little bit better with some darker lines to kind of accentuate the cross-hatching. So as always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really appreciate any and all of support that I get. Art is my passion, and I hope to someday be able to make a living just by making and creating art. Not just this, but other things. I've got other projects in mind, and yeah. So I just hope you really enjoy this, and if you do, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, all of the above. And if you really enjoy my work, please check me out on Fine Art America. I have a website there, or a page there, and you can buy prints from me. Hey, you guys have a good one.